Here you can see the entire production process of Freightliner trucks. So this is Daimler Trucks North America's Mount Holly Truck manufacturing plant. Freightliner Trucks is an American manufacturer of semi-trucks. As the name suggests, it is owned by Daimler Truck. Freightliner trucks are currently manufactured in Cleveland and Mount Holly, North Carolina. More than 800,000 Freightliner trucks have been built in this American factory since production began. The Freightliner M2 price can range significantly based on the customization and the intended application. On average, you can expect the pricing for a new standard M2 model to fall within the ballpark of $70,000 to $100,000. The chassis is cleaned, painted with protective paint, and then welded in the furnace. The Freightliner cab is painted automatically. It is then sent to the assembly line. The Mount Holly site produces a total of 25,000 Daimler commercial vehicles per year, the medium-duty Freightliner M2. These robotic arms spray paint onto the cab and ensure the ideal paint layer. The gearbox and engine parts are high heated in this special furnace and then assembled in the warehouse using a forklift. Daimler Truck North America, DTNA, is able to remanufacturing Freightliner engine. Freightliner Trucks manufactures 11 models. All are manufactured in this factory in the United States. Some diesel engines for Freightliner trucks are built at this Daimler plant in Detroit. Employees in production have a loose dress code. They can wear whatever they feel comfortable with. However, the exceptions are the mandatory goggles, helmet, and earplugs. Freightliner's most popular trucks are the Cascadia, EM2, M2, and also the iconic SD. The main assembly line is the most interesting stage of the production process. The trucks are assembled according to a predetermined production plan, one by one, step by step. In 2019 alone, Freightliner was forced to issue safety recalls 24 separate times by the NHTSA, and there have been over 100 recalls total on its flagship truck, the Cascadia. The company popularized the use of cab-over semi-tractors with the Freightliner Argosy, later becoming the final example of the type sold in North America. As of May 2021, Freightliner has at least 3 open investigations against it for electrical issues, including several fires. Once production is complete, the trucks are transported for washing and then onto the test track. The 108 SD Plus builds on the foundation of a trusted and reliable productivity machine. This is a wind tunnel test of this Freightliner truck. Now let's take a look together at Mack's American truck factory. This truck manufacturer has been producing trucks here since 1900. The first part of the production process is the manufacture and welding of the chassis. At the same time as the chassis, the truck cab is being assembled in another part of the factory. Mack trucks are produced in Lower Macungie, Pennsylvania and Salem, Virginia. The average salary for a regular worker is around $28 per hour, depending on position and seniority. This Lehigh Valley truck plant has 2,800 employees and 1 million square feet of space. All 8 classes of Mack trucks are assembled here for the North American and export markets. After the truck engine is finished, the main assembly line begins and the truck cab is finished. Mack Anthem, Granite, LR, LR Electric, MD, MD Electric, and Pinnacle are manufactured here. The vast majority of the wiring and driver's cab interior must be installed by human employees at the Mack factory. Since 2000, Mack Trucks has been a subsidiary of Volvo, which purchased Mack and its former parent company, Renault Véhicules Industriels. With the driver's cab and chassis now complete, the connection is now made by lowering the crane. A Mack truck with a gold-plated or chrome bulldog indicates that the truck was made with a Maxidine engine. The engine cover is now being installed, quick and easy. A recent plant renovation, including an $84 million upgrade, modernized the facility with lean manufacturing principles, new equipment, and expanded capabilities. Almost at the end of the entire production line, all wheels are assembled using pneumatic tighteners. The Macungie, Pennsylvania plant includes cab and chassis assembly lines, a truck modification center, and an engine grooming line. Mack has partnered with Cummins to offer the L9 engine with the best-in-class power-to-weight ratio. After molding, welding, and painting the driver's cab, they are transported to this central warehouse. The trucks that are currently under construction are slowly moving between the different sites in the factory. They're coming together like a giant jigsaw puzzle. Mack is one of North America's largest manufacturers of medium and heavy-duty trucks, as well as proprietary engines and transmissions. The paint shop has several stages. In addition to a protective layer called primer, the final staining is done by spraying. Around 10 Mack trucks are produced every day in this American factory. The production of a new Mack truck model always starts with designing the look and making a prototype, which is then sent out for crash testing. The base of the chassis is a welded steel structure of transverse and longitudinal beams. Discs and bearings, including other chassis components, are then added to this structure. The chassis often rotates on its axis to allow workers to easily attach cabling and other components. Every Mack truck destined for the U.S. and Canada is manufactured and assembled in America at this specific factory. It is constructed using the body-on-frame method, using a high-strength steel ladder frame to provide the necessary strength. Chassis material quality, including strength, is an important feature of every Mack truck. The chassis is cleaned and painted with an anti-corrosion coating and then painted with the final paint. The wheels and engine are then mounted on the chassis. Trident offers a range of rear suspension options to meet the specific needs of different applications, including Mack S440 and Camelback suspension systems. The diesel tanks are attached, including the wiring between the engine and the truck's rear and front axles. Since 2009, the plant has reduced energy use and carbon dioxide emissions by 50%. Employees will now add the front window using a special adhesive and then begin assembling the cab interior. In this part of the factory, truck cabs and chassis are joined together under the supervision of trained employees. All truck components are supplied to this factory from subcontractors and then stored in this giant warehouse. Due to the vast size of the factory, employees and managers often use electric golf carts to get around. After the Mack logo is added, the front bumper with Mack lettering is still attached. The finished trucks are lowered from this platform and are ready for testing. Please let me know in the comment section below what your favorite truck manufacturer is. This is video footage from inside the Kenworth manufacturing plant. This manufacturing process takes place at the Chillicothe, Ohio factory. Although both Kenworth and Peterbilt are subsidiaries of PACCAR, their factories are separate. Welding of all parts of the truck cab is performed by these orange robots from FANUC Robots. The whole truck is assembled from smaller parts into larger and larger units until the truck is complete. The Kenworth W900 has been produced continuously since 1961, serving as one of the longest production runs of any truck in automotive history. The manufacture and chassis design of Kenworth and Peterbilt trucks is almost identical. The cab of the Kenworth truck must be machined, sanded, and then other parts will be fitted to the cab. You are now watching the cab door assembly and the addition of the tanks. Both processes are partially automated. Kenworth continuously applies the latest production technology to improve the way it assembles custom-engineered, build-to-order trucks. Paint process is carried out in such a way that the layer is uniform and the direct spraying results in the highest efficiency. A uniform paint layer on all body parts is the basis for a beautiful appearance and color gloss. As you can see, the front window assembly process in this factory is performed by a robotic arm. Although society is trying to replace human workers with robots, most activities cannot be replaced. Plugging cables through various loopholes and working with screws and holes can only be done by human Kenworth employees. The chassis will now be connected to the truck cab. The front dashboard in the truck is assembled and tested before installation in the cab. Doors are only attached at the end of the production line when everything in the interior of the cab is installed. The order of all assembled components is predetermined. The main assembly line is manned by production supervisors. At this point, the engine is started for the first time, and the front axle can be steered. After the engine has been checked for functionality, the protective plates are snapped on. The factory has a predetermined production process. Employees receive a bonus to their salary if they produce faster, and conversely, a penalty if they fail to meet the production plan. This test track is located near the Kenworth factory. Here, each new truck is tested in detail. These tests include wet braking, tilt, and even maximum truck speed. The company received its name from a combination of letters from the founders' last names. The world-renowned Kenworth bug logo originated from the K in Kent and W in Worthington. After the design sketch, production of the new Kenworth truck prototype begins. Each model is upgraded after a few years. The cab of each truck is designed to have ideal airflow and the lowest possible coefficient of drag. Depending on engine options and the load in the trailer, the Kenworth T680 can reach up to 7.2 miles per gallon. The T680E is the battery electric version with 150 miles range. The T680 platform is also used in the Toyota hydrogen fuel cell trucks. Please let me know if you prefer Kenworth, Peterbilt, Mack, Freightliner, International, or Volvo trucks. This is how Peterbilt trucks are built at the American factory in Texas. Peterbilt and Kenworth appear as two different brands, but both have the same owner. The manufacturing process for all truck models begins with the assembly of the chassis. Peterbilt has operated as part of PACCAR since 1958, operating alongside sister division Kenworth Truck Company. Peterbilt specializes in the production of heavy-duty, Class 8, and medium-duty, Classes 5 through 7 commercial vehicles. Once the chassis is complete, powerful engines for the future Peterbilt truck are being assembled in another part of the factory. Now this 400-pound engine is lowered onto the chassis and then connected to the drivetrain. This is the most popular PACCAR PX7 engine with a displacement of 6.7 liters. Once the body painting is complete, which is an automated process, the main assembly line comes next. On the main assembly line, the truck moves slowly along a sliding belt. Wheels and other parts are added. Employees now cover the engine with a front hood with a distinctive Peterbilt logo. Peterbilt trucks are identified by a red oval emblem that has been in use since 1953. The company also uses a bird-style hood ornament on conventional cab trucks, in use since 1965. At the end of the production process, the trucks must be properly tested and tried out. Engine performance, truck steering, and light settings are also tested at this time. In 2023, Peterbilt introduced the Model 589 redesign of the 389. This model still has the long nose hood and same chassis as a 389, but the cab and sleeper are different. Before sending the finished truck to a dealership or future owner, the lights and other controls need to be adjusted. Since 1986, the plant has produced more than 230,000 Model 379s. That's a lot of trucks. The development of each new Peterbilt truck model begins with a discussion and sketch in the design studio. Creating a clay model is the next step, which is always done before serial production begins. Creating a clay design for a new truck is an expensive activity, but it pays off for manufacturers. The truck is fully simulated here, and, among other things, the ideal airflow around the cab is tested. Now the prototype truck will be taken to the test lab. The truck is now being tested for extreme temperatures, and the response to frost is being monitored. It also simulates shock and wear resistance in off-road situations. Testing is also underway on a special circuit. Here, comfort inside the driver's cab when driving on rough roads is mainly checked. This is what the PACCAR engine assembly looks like from start to finish. Kenworth and Peterbilt are subsidiaries of PACCAR. These PACCAR engines are used by both companies. As you can see right now, the engine manufacturing process is largely automated. Thanks to automation, engine design is carried out with incredible precision. PACCAR invested $400 million in the PACCAR Engine Factory and Technology Center in Columbus, Mississippi, to assemble the proprietary engines. The production process of the engine block is supervised by factory employees via computers, and they only control the smoothness of production. This facility manufactured 12.9-liter and 9.2-liter diesel engines for Kenworth, Peterbilt, and DAF vehicles. Of course, the main focus in development is on maximizing performance and reducing emissions. This 400,000 square foot factory employs over 400 employees. PACCAR engines guarantee a smooth operating, high-performance powertrain of unmatched capability. These huge powertrains are designed to travel hundreds of thousands of miles. They are the heart of every engine. Finished engines are taken to a huge warehouse where they will be transported to the main assembly line when needed. These engines are known for their fuel efficiency, low emissions, and durability, and are used in a wide range of applications. This is the powertrain test cell. This is where the highest paid development engineers work. In the whole of the U.S., 74% of freight is transported by trucks, with rail and water-based transport making up another 11% and 5%, respectively. Replacing a PACCAR engine can cost anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000, depending on the engine size and the make and model of the vehicle. The PACCAR engine platform employs advanced materials and innovative design features that result in unprecedented reliability, extended service cycles, and a B10 design life of 1 million miles. This powertrain was recently awarded the Zero Emission Powertrain certification by the California Air Resources Board. To date, PACCAR has received more than 150 paid deposits for Kenworth and Peterbilt FCVs, with customer deliveries commencing in 2025. PACCAR powertrain manufacturing is a key activity and is the most expensive part of any truck. This, for the record, is the production of gigantic Tatra trucks in the Czech Republic, which is in the center of Europe. Tatra Trucks is the third oldest company in the world producing motor vehicles with an unbroken history. Now factory workers are working on the chassis. They're hooking up the cables. After the chassis of the future truck is completed, the wheels are assembled. This procedure is exceptional among truck manufacturers. In this metallurgical part of the factory, engine parts are cast. Tatra is a Czech vehicle manufacturer from Kopřivnice. Today, Tatra's production focuses on heavy off-road trucks based on its century-long development of backbone chassis, swinging half-axles, and air-cooled engines. The core of its production consists of the Tatra 817, intended primarily for military operators, and the Tatra Phoenix, aimed primarily for the civilian market. In 2024, the company plans to produce over 2,000 trucks. You are now following the manufacturing process of the gearbox and the rest of the engine blocks. Tatra mostly supplies individual, highly specialized, custom-made vehicles and also sells just the backbone chassis for use in other manufacturers' trucks or specialized vehicles. Now the finished chassis with the mounted engine will be transported for testing and the next stage of the production process. Tatra currently produces three main models: Tatra 810 Tactic, Tatra 817 Force, and Tatra 158 Phoenix. Not only the truck cab, but also all other parts of the future Tatra are painted in this part of the factory in the Czech Republic. You are now watching the main assembly line in the largest factory hall. Here, the vehicle cab is attached to the chassis. All cables and controls are connected. The entire truck interior, windows, etc. are also assembled here. A total of 1,000 employees work at the Tatra factory in the Czech Republic. Tatra truck is now almost ready, and quality testing and checking of all controls is underway. The truck will start up here for the first time and head out of the factory on the test circuit. The test track mainly tests the chassis, brakes, steering, springs, and other elements of the truck. These trucks were offered to the military and other government organizations and were badged and sold in the United States under the ATC brand. Quality guaranteed will be given to the truck after successful completion of the test circuit. Future owners are thoroughly trained in the use of these beautiful trucks. Tatra trucks are also known for their durability and reliability. They are built to last and can withstand the most demanding conditions. Please let me know in the comments section how you like these trucks compared to the competition. Tatra trucks are popular throughout Central Europe and will now also be imported to the USA under the ATC brand. Navistar International trucks are manufactured here. This is the San Antonio manufacturing plant. Navistar operates as the owner of international branded trucks and diesel engines. Navistar operates through a network of nearly 1,000 dealer outlets in the United States, Canada, Brazil, and Mexico, and more than 60 dealers in 90 countries. International is one of the largest and most well-known truck brands in the industry due to their excellent performance and power. The current International truck product range ranges from medium-duty Class 4 to heavy-duty Class 8 payload ranges across a wide variety of applications. The Navistar 7000 series is a line of military heavy-lift vehicles based on Navistar International's Workstar truck chassis and produced by Navistar Defense. The sub-assemblies for these trucks are manufactured in many factories around the country and then delivered to the main assembly hall. Navistar International trucks can be ordered in a huge range of colors and motorizations. On September 25, 2024, Navistar announced its plan to rebrand and change its name to International Motors, with the change taking effect from October 1st that year. At the same time, the company debuted a new logo and distinct visual identity. These beautiful trucks have all the trim in chrome. They have a typical easy-to-remember look,